Welcome to Creator's Edge Studio. I'm Tom Arcu.
And I'm John Colton.
We have a hot take for you. What breaks Superman? Die for, stand for, live for. Before we get going, hit the like and subscribe. 2 easy clicks for you and real support for us. So, John, what is it? What breaks Superman?
First, figure out what makes Superman.
Right.
Superman's mythology,
Mm-hmm.
he's the ultimate superhero.
Mm-hmm.
He's the most powerful,
Yes.
but he's also the most pure with the best intentions.
Right. Compassion, empathy.
He comes from a good corn-fed Kansas upbringing.
Well, the idea that he was given a moral code by his parents in terms of being a good neighbor. And the thing that always gets me is in the 1978 Superman, who are you? Lois Lane said that. And then Superman says, a friend. Christopher Reeve said that that part of the screenplay gave him the essence of Superman, a friend.
Right, and I think it really does. Nobody's done it as good since.
I'm with you.
I think my two favorite Supermans are the Christopher Reeve Superman and Superman from the animated series.
Bruce Timm, producer?
Yeah, the 96 to 2000 animated series.
Gotcha.
It's just fantastic. Bruce Timm, Paul Dini, and Clancy Brown did the voice for Lex Luthor during that series. Just everything about it is just fabulous. All the characters are just perfect translation from the comic book to screen.
Before this episode, we were talking and we noticed that you might break Superman by breaking his supporting cast.
Jimmy Olsen is an integral part of Superman. He is Superman's best friend.
Right.
He has a communicator wristwatch to get in touch with Superman anytime he needs to. And he knows Superman's secret identity.
Wow.
And, and Lois Lane doesn't even know that. And that just shows you how close the relationship with Jimmy is.
Right.
And in the comic books, Jimmy Olsen, he's a cool character. He's had his own series. I would say Clark Kent is a main supporting character to the Superman mythos. And he seems to be getting less and less screen time.
So is Superman really Clark Kent and then a facet of him is Superman, or is it the other way around?
That's kind of the funny argument that people like to make. You remember from Kill Bill, the scene where he says that Superman is who he is and Clark Kent is the mask. And that's a little bit true, but I don't think it's as black and white as people sometimes like to frame it. If you think of Superman like a real person, we're all complicated.
Right.
And we all have different aspects of our lives in different ways that we comport ourselves in different relationships. And as a writer, you don't want to have a character speak to their grandmother the same exact way they speak to their wife or the same exact way they might speak to their daughter.
Right. 3
very different relationships.
Yes.
So the words that they use are going to be different. The tone is going to be different. The body language is even going to be different.
Yes.
And that's just a natural part of being human.
To me, Clark Kent is not a mask because Clark Kent is where he began. Clark Kent, that's an essential part of him because that's how he received his moral code from his parents. Now, I appreciated
Right. It's the first name that he ever knew. It's the name that he grew up under.
Right, right. And his identity is connected to his Earth parents. His father would teach him that you are a good neighbor, you are a good friend, you are part of a community, you are here to help. I mean, in that community, Smallville, they might have had a barn raising where everyone comes together and helps. It just strikes me that is a moral code that's in Clark Kent, and that's essential. So the idea of die for, stand for, live for is something that I came up with. It's in my book, Darkest Secrets of Film Directing. I taught it for more than 14 years on the college level and graduate school level when I taught science fiction and fantasy, writing and cinema. Die for, stand for, live for is the essence of a character. As you already pointed out, John, that when you talk to your grandmother, you talk a different way than to one's spouse or to one's daughter. If you want to know who a character is, you look at this. So I want to ask you, John, what would Superman die for?
I think that question was largely answered by Louise Simonson and Dan Jurgens in the death of Superman when he fought Doomsday. Basically, he sacrificed himself to save his friends and to save humanity.
There it is. That's the die for. Now, stand for is interesting now because there's been a little conversation about the new slogan. It's moved from truth, justice, and the American way. In fact, they got around that with Superman Returns when they said truth, justice, and all that stuff. But now it's truth, justice, and a better tomorrow.
It's really a little bit more corporate speak. And now they're trying to make him more of a character for the world. And I think it's okay.
Do you think that's why it's not truth, justice, and freedom?
I do. I because that was the slogan in the 60s. So in any country that has an oppressive government, they're not going to like that word.
Now let's get to live for. When I think about live for, I have a friend who became a nurse. The guy was an engineer, but because his mother was dying of a form of cancer, he became a nurse. So he would live for his mother's comfort in her last days. To live for means making a choice, a commitment, and doing certain actions over and over again, as opposed to one time taking a bullet. What do you think Superman would live for?
I think that's the real part that's missing so often, is he lives for humanity. And like you said, he's a friend.
Right.
He puts on a little bit of a goofy facade when he's Clark Kent.
Okay.
Because of his love for humanity. I think that's part of why he moved to Metropolis, to be with people and be with more people and to help more people.
And the idea is to be among people is to open the door to compassion and empathy.
Well, and I think that's something that needs to register. Superman moves and thinks at such a faster rate than anyone else. You know, that's why he's able to go toe to toe with Lex Luthor, who is the smartest of human beings. But Superman has kindness and patience.
Yes.
Everyone else around him has to be moving really slow. And it's like, if you've ever been with like a little kid who's walking really slow and you're at the park, but you're walking slow with them.
Yes.
You can carry them, but you want them to learn to do stuff by themselves, or you're watching them put on their shoes really slowly.
Yes.
You could do it for them and save yourself a lot of time. Or they're struggling to put on their seatbelt.
Right.
And it's taking 2 minutes longer than maybe it should. Okay. And we've got to go. But that feeling, that is how Superman must feel all the time.
Right.
To think about the amount of patience that he has and just the gentleness.
Yes.
And when you say a friend, it makes me think of Mr. Rogers.
Okay.
And that was what he tried to convey all the time with his audience, is he just wanted to be a friend. One of the things that is kind of frustrating and perplexing to real Superman fans is what is the obsession with dark Superman these days.
Right. The animated Injustice. You had a powerful comment that we don't need a dark Superman.
They're trying everywhere. Everybody loves dark Superman right now. Well, everybody except for the fans of Superman. Like,
there you are.
I think of Homelander in The Boys.
Right.
Fantastic show, by the way. I love it. But Homelander is basically a super dark Superman.
Right. Or Omni-Man. Invincible.
Yeah, exactly. Omni-Man is dark Superman. The movie in 2019 that came out, Brightburn, was a take on dark Superman. And then Injustice, I hope, is peak dark Superman.
Okay. Because
Lois Lane, spoiler alert, she's pregnant and the Joker kills her and Superman just loses it, kills the Joker, starts killing other people, and basically divides the Justice League. And why are we making dark Superman? We already have Bizarro,
The Boys, and Invincible.
Yeah, right. We've got plenty of dark Superman.
Right.
Where is good Superman? Where is the Superman who rescues a kitten from a tree and hands it to a little girl?
1978, Christopher Reeve, Superman the movie. That's where that is. Now we want to hear from you in the comments. Tell us what you think about what breaks Superman. Die for, stand for, live for. Give us a like, smash the subscribe button, and hit the bell so that you'll be in the know about our next video. Thanks.